Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. This is Freya. I'm Jason.
And I'm Amy.
And we're bringing you another video. Once again, talking about an author and a book. So please hit the like and subscribe buttons, everybody. We've got a bunch of videos coming out for you guys. This is our biggest passion here. And tell you what, for every subscriber we get, the fuzzy one here is going to get 10 belly rubs and a TREAT.
Or a BONE.
And for every like, she'll get one measly, forlorn, solitary, lonely belly rub. So for today, I want to talk about an author that I have talked about in the past. I've already talked about one of his other series. It's one of my favorite series. And this is one that is just super entertaining. It's really good, fun. He went a little bit different in his writing. I still prefer the other one, but Cebellius, his series Would You Love a Monster Girl was absolutely fantastic. They say it's in the haremlit, but I actually disagree because that series was always one-on-one couples, and generally only had one, maybe two sex scenes in the entire freaking book. They were just so well written. Well, this series is called T.A.P. There's 3 of them so far. I am dying for book 4 because it covers a few of my favorite things. Kind of almost a gamelit sort of thing, superpowers, and then of course a little bit of
brown chicken, brown cow.
Getting that, although not so much. In this one, the scenes are actually not explicit. So when I always say I want to talk about books within these genres that where if you took out the adult, if you ripped out the adult pages, you still have an awesome book. There'd be nothing to rip out. It is definitely harem, but not so explicit this time. And the superpowers are pretty cool and pretty clever. So as always, I'm going to talk about 4 things. I'm going to talk about the world. I'm going to talk about the characters. I'm going to talk about the plot. And I'm going to talk about the writing style. So the world is different. Modern times-ish, modern country-ish, but superpowers. And not like the newly emerged superpowers, but they've been around for a while. They're an acknowledged thing. You're supposed to be registered if you have superpowers. And he's clever with it. There's some superpowers that are would basically be world changers or game changers that people have to hide or be careful with it and find who knows them. So the main character in this one is for whatever reason only like the nickname Mace Man sticks out in my head. He is a paraplegic that talks to his car. The difference is that his car talks back.
Not right.
And not exactly. And the way his superpower works that he has had to be careful of is basically anything electronic. If he turns it on, he turns it on. It's sentient.
Oh,
it's alive.
And
that's the reason why. But yet he feels bad because if he turns it back off, if he leaves it on long enough or does it enough times, it'll remember. It'll remember and actually have its own personality.
Aww.
So, but if not, then it's a one-time thing. If he turns something on and then turns it off 5 minutes later and then doesn't do it again, if he were to turn it on again like a year later, it would have no memory of the first time. Like it doesn't set. But it's why he doesn't like to do it. He has other people. He doesn't own a cell phone because you have to turn it on at some point. He doesn't even want to know how far his power may extend. He won't even turn on the lights in a room because he doesn't know if the whole house is going to become sentient. Will the light become sentient or not? Eventually he experiments with some of it, but generally he has other people always turn things on, except for his car, his muscle car that he's had for a long time. That gives him crap for a little bit of alone time he may have had in the passenger seat. And the character is a gambler. He's kind of an under the radar kind of guy. He's not quite on the run, but sort of around some fairly shady people. Anyway, he ends up in the plot. The way this ends up going and learning more about his superpower is he ends up kind of crossways of like an underworld figure due to a poker game, let's say, mishap. And as he's being chased, he basically steals a motorcycle and. And that's, by the way, his superpower is the reason that this paraplegic is able to drive. Because he's not driving. He turns it on, it drives itself. He'll steer it, but it'll drive itself. Now, if he just brought it to life, they're not his slaves. He has to convince them
right.
to because they'll know, like, you're not my owner, kind of thing. So he has to convince them. So he steals a motorcycle and face plants it when it crashes. And when they catch up to him with their guns, all of a sudden this naked and very powerful superhuman female comes out of the woodwork and saves his ass. And basically what he eventually learns is that his superpower does not just give sentience to machines that he turns on. He can make them anthropomorphic. All he has to do, all he has to do is kiss them. You know how he figures that out? Because he face planted the motorcycle, which then turned into the female. And their superpowers are based on them. For instance, his car, again, is a muscle car. It's very strong, bulletproof-ish, bullet resistant, let's say.
Okay.
While the motorcycle is not as strong, but is basically a speedster. It is not bulletproof, or even bullet resistant. And it gets very, very, very interesting when he turns on a tank and then kisses it. Now they can actually be upgraded as well. Change replace the body plating from fiberglass to Kevlar or something, and next time they turn into a female, they're going to be bulletproof, possibly stronger. Upgrade the engine; they might be stronger or faster. But there's a fine line. If they get too damaged in the repair, is there enough original parts that it's going to be the actual personality?
Right.
Or are they going to be brand new? And that's something he is scared of. In this one, the character is definitely is a good guy.
A lot of morality.
And of course, he also ends up, he's surrounded by hot chicks that become chicks by kissing them, and then go back to being vehicles by kissing them again. So, yeah, he ends up banging them all. Although again, nothing explicit this time around, which is a switch for Cebellius. And the series ends up going. He basically kind of becomes a mercenary or problem solver, and that's how it ends up being a series. And it's really, really fascinating because he collects more vehicles. Because he's got all these vehicles. Obviously, he can only drive one at a time. So oftentimes, and you get a little bit of catfighting when he wants the motorcycle to sit in the back seat of the car. You get a little snippy kind of stuff going on right there between the two. But he ends up kind of a problem solver because he's got these walking tanks and speedsters and such, and they need to make money, so they create his phone, which by the way absolutely hates his guts. He does own a phone, he just never turns it on. His phone absolutely hates his guts, and is always messing with it. But the phone is the one that is able to hack and things like that. That's why he needs the phone sometimes, because the phone can hack. They end up creating a mercenary company called T.A.P, which they say means total application of power. Doesn't mean,
really mean tap.
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean, because remember, T.A.P. Think about it for a minute. So they create this company. And by the way, the story of why his phone absolutely hates him, and when it turns into basically like a little Tinkerbell, is awesome. But the story of why the phone absolutely hates him is awesome and makes sense. And because one of the things that frustrates the crap out of him is every time he buys a new phone and turns it on, it instantly fucking hates him.
Every one?
Every single one. And the reason is awesome.
Is it hilarious?
It is. It makes a ton of sense. And it is absolutely awesome. So, guys, if you like any of this stuff, superpowers, funny characters, funny situations, really good action, really good, kind of mystery, superpower kind of stuff, and the whole harem element, you would absolutely love this book. And honestly, again, he's a fantastic author. His other series is one of my all-time favorite series that I'm hoping he continues writing, since they're all individual stories, loosely connected. I hope he continues writing for the next 30 years. So check out Cebellius, check out T.A.P. After you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons, do it for the dog.
Do it for the pub.
And we will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.